Imagine a world where the very air you breathe carries a curse, a silent, invisible poison that seeps into generations, twisting the promise of life into a cruel shadow. This isn't a dystopian nightmare. It's the reality for thousands of children in Vietnam, the forgotten victims of Agent Orange. Decades after the war ended, the scars remain, not just on the land, but etched deep within the DNA of a people. We journey to Vietnam to meet the families living with the devastating legacy of a chemical weapon that continues to haunt their lives. Agent Orange. The name itself sounds innocuous, almost citrusy, but its true nature is far more sinister. During the Vietnam War, the U.S. military sprayed millions of gallons of this herbicide across the country, aiming to defoliate forests and deprive enemy forces of cover. What they didn't fully grasp, or perhaps chose to ignore, was the devastating impact this chemical cocktail would have on human health. Dioxin, a highly toxic contaminant found in Agent Orange, is the culprit. It's a persistent organic pollutant, meaning it lingers in the environment for decades, poisoning the soil, the water, and the food chain. But its most insidious effect is its ability to disrupt human development, leading to a horrifying array of birth defects. We meet Mai, a young woman born with severe deformities in her limbs. Her parents lived in an area heavily sprayed with Agent Orange. They knew the risks, but they had no choice. They needed to farm the land to survive. Mai's life is a constant struggle, a daily battle against physical limitations and societal stigma, a sound of children playing faintly in the background. And then there's little Than, a bright-eyed boy with a rare genetic disorder linked to Agent Orange exposure. His family lives in a small village where the legacy of the war is an ever-present reality. Than's parents are determined to give him the best possible life, but they face immense challenges, lacking access to proper medical care and support. We speak with Dr. Nguyen, a leading expert on Agent Orange and its effects. He's dedicated his life to researching the link between the chemical and birth defects, battling against skepticism and political obstacles to bring the truth to light. By the sound of a medical device beeping, the science is clear, Dr. Nguyen tells us. Agent Orange has caused untold suffering in Vietnam, and the effects will continue to be felt for generations to come. We have a moral obligation to help these victims, to provide them with the medical care, the rehabilitation, and the support they desperately need. The fight for justice, music becomes more determined with a sense of urgency. For years, victims of Agent Orange have been fighting for justice, seeking compensation from the chemical companies that manufactured the herbicide. But their legal battles have been met with resistance, with courts often siding with corporate interests over human rights. Despite the setbacks, the fight continues. Activists, lawyers, and ordinary citizens are working tirelessly to raise awareness, to pressure governments and corporations to take responsibility, and to ensure that the victims of Agent Orange are not forgotten. A glimmer of hope. Amidst the darkness, there are glimmers of hope. Small acts of kindness, moments of resilience, and the unwavering spirit of the Vietnamese people. We see it in the dedication of the caregivers, the determination of the children, and the unwavering love of the families. Organizations like Mention, a real organization working on Agent Orange relief, are providing vital support, offering medical care, rehabilitation services, and educational opportunities to those affected by Agent Orange. But much more needs to be done.